We are dealing with Dravyadi Vijnani Madhyayam. First two shlokas have been completed. Let us take next shloka for today's discussion. Tasmat na ekarasam dravyam bhuta sanghata sambhavat. Tasmat na ekarasam bhuta sanghata sambhavat dravyam bhuta sanghata sambhavat. So now we know that every dravya has bhuta sanghata because Shma is the Adhisthana, Ambu is Yoni, Agni, Pavana, and Nabhas are in the Samavaya Sambandha with the Dravya. So all bhutas are in the Sanghata Avastha in a Dravya. Similarly, Rasa is also a combination of bhutas. तस्मात् न ekarasam dravyam bhuta sanghata sambhavat. For that, he is giving some examples. He tells Draksha, Akshod, Kshira, Ikshu, Kshaudra, Gokshuradau dravye sati api madhurye aparo aparaha aswad upalabhyate. एवं आम्लानाम् अपि मातुलुङ्ग धान्याम्लादीनां द्रव्याणां नाना स्वादोपलब्धौ एवं लवणादीनाम् अपि वेद्यम् अपि च एषां द्राक्षादीनाम् अनेकरसत्वम् आस्वादविशेषात् अनुमीयमानं भूयसा रसेन अन्यरस अभिभवं कृत्वा व्यपदिशते इदं मधुरम् इदम् अम्लम् Anyatamam Mahabhutavat. Yes. So how we have studied Parthiva Dravya, Akashiya Dravya, etc. Similarly, the rasas are also been named as Madhura Rasa because the Draksha, Akshoda, etc. have tamatva of Madhura. Okay, so the best appreciable taste in Draksha is Madhura. Though it has slight amlatva in it, but the best appreciable rasa is Madhura. So those all are falling under Madhura rasa. But that does never mean that the rest rasas or combination of rasa is not in it. It is not like that. There may be a combination, but as Madhuratva is most predominant in that, so we consider them as Madhura rasa dravya. Similarly, they are giving example for Matulunga, Dhanyamla, etc. So there also maybe combination is present. As you know, the rasa is present in a dravya, right? So you say the amalaki is amla rasa atmaka. So you consider first dravya, amalaki you consider, and then you tell amla rasa pradhana dravya. So dravya itself is made out of pancha mahabhuta, bhuta sanghata, and that particular bhuta sanghatika dravya is a ashraya for rasa. Okay, rasa is taking ashraya in the dravyas, and dravyas are pancha mahabhutika. So obviously, rasa is also a pancha mahabhutika entity itself. Sarvam dravyam panchabhutatmakam bhuyasa mahabhutani महाभूतेन अन्य महाभूताभिभवं कृत्वा यथा तेन उपदिश्यन्ते पार्थिवम् इदम् आप्यम् इदम् इति. So here abhibhava is nothing but overpowerance. Okay, so maybe in chair the Prithvi Mahabhuta is having most power than other all four Mahabhutas. Okay, so that is Abhibhava. Okay, so there will be always Abhibhava of one Mahabhuta over the other or over the rest. So we consider the particular Mahabhuta with the Vyapadeshastu Bhuyasa rule, Parthiva Dravya, Akashya Dravya, Apya Dravya, etc. Okay, so they are telling that Shannam api rasanam yonihi udakam. So we have to understand for all the rasas, yoni is udaka only, as for dravya. ततश्च एकस्य एव महाभूतस्य उदकसंज्ञस्य रसकारणत्वं प्राप्तं न अन्येषां नीरसत्वात्. So ततः च एकस्य एव महाभूतस्य उदकसंज्ञस्य रसकारणत्वं प्राप्तम्. So, as the rasa is not there in the udaka, so udaka can be the the best utpatti sthana for all the rasas. Okay, so it is a best utpatti sthana, so it is a yoni for all the rasas. Okay, iti krutva na bhuta sanghata sambhavatvam rasasya iti evam vidham आशंकाम् अपनिनीषु भूतसङ्घातसम्भवत्वं रसस्य च एकेन एव प्रयत्नेन तस्मात् न एकरसं द्रव्यं भूतसङ्घातसम्भवात् इति जगाद. मुनिश्च अत एव रसस्य भूतसङ्घातसम्भवत्वं स्पष्टं कृतोवाच. रसनार्थो रसस्तस्य द्रव्यमापक्षितिस्तथा निर्वृत्तौ च विशेषे च प्रत्ययाखादयस्त्रयः इति. एवं भूतसङ्घातो रसानां द्रव्याश्रितानाम् अपि सम्भवकारणम् एतच्च रसभेदीये सविस्तरं कथयिष्यामः. So in the next chapter they tell about the bhutasanghatha sambhava of rasas. Okay, Sukshma Ambu is a bhutasanghatha of madhura rasa. Okay, Ambukshma. So like that it is been given in next chapter, that is in Rasa Bhediya, Bhuta Sanghata of each rasa is been discussed. Okay, but here what you have to understand is how the dravyas are Bhuta Sanghata Sambhava. Similarly, these rasas are also Bhuta Sanghata Sambhava because those are taking residence in the dravya itself, and dravya is alone Bhuta Sanghata Sambhava thing. Okay, so this particular shloka is been put here. Next, they are talking about न एक दोषाः ततो रोगाः तत्र व्यक्तो रसः स्मृतः अव्यक्तो अनुरसः किंचित अन्ते व्यक्तो अपि च इष्यते. Yes, so definition of rasa and anurasa they are giving. So what the definition of rasa is? Vyakto rasaha sprutaha, the one which which can be appreciated in the predominance. Okay, that particular thing is considered as rasa. Okay, so if at all you are eating jalebi, the madhuratva is appreciated first and foremost. Okay, but at last maybe the tinge of amla rasa may be there because it is been soaked in takra. Okay, so and fermentation is been done. So that particular anurasa can be there, but it is kinchit ante api. So kinchit ante, it is always at the end it is appreciable, not at the first. So avyaktaha anurasaha and kinchit ante vyaktaha api. So maybe anurasas are maybe avyakta or ishat vyakta. So how you tell about your vata vyadhi? Okay, so in the initial stages, its lakshanas are sometimes avyakta or maybe ishat vyakta. So similarly here also our anurasa is nothing but avyakta or kinchit ante vyakta or ishat vyakta. Okay, and for that he is giving example naika doshaha tato rogaha. So how the rogas are not because of the ekadosha. Okay, always there will be taratamatva of the things in it. So tataha tasmat karanat ekadosha roga jvaradayo na bhavanti apitu aneka doshaha tridosha ityarthaha. So only one dosha may not give origination to the disease. Always there will be at the background taratamatva of all the three doshas is occurring, and then the one which is predominant that will exhibit its own symptoms. So here similarly you have to understand that taratamatva of rasas are there, but the one which is at most predominant in the dravya that will be expressed first, and that is considered as rasa, and the rest may be appreciable at the end or may not be. So that is avyakta anurasaha kinchit ante vyakto apicha ishyate. So for this you know the examples. Okay. So how is that? अस्फुट प्रतिभासो रसनेन्द्रियेण उपलभ्यते सह अनुरसः. So अस्फुट प्रतिभास. Okay, so स्फुट प्रतिभास they are not telling. अस्फुट प्रतिभास. हीनार्थो अत्र अनुशब्दः. So why the anu um, um, prefix is been added? That is because of hinartha darshana. It is not important, or it is important not in the sense of these things, but the hina is pointing towards um, its appreciability is negligible. Yes. Okay. So this may not be appreciable easily, or if at all it is appreciable, it is not that predominant. Okay. So they are telling about anurasa. So the word, the prefix anu is been given for the given in the anurasa word. Okay. So rasa is always sputa pratibhasa, and anurasa is always asputa pratibhasa. Okay. So this we have to understand. Mukha, for that another example they are quoting, मुखक्षिप्तस्य हरितक्यादेः द्रव्यस्य रसनेन्द्रियेण किञ्चित् अन्ते व्यक्तो अपि उपलभ्यते यः सः अपि अनुरसा इष्यते मुनिभिः इति वाक्यशेषः. Yes, so haritaki, once if you are putting into your mouth, kashaya amla rasas will be predominantly appreciable. At last, the madhuratva is also there. Or amalaki, if you are having, amlatva is predominant. But afterwards, if you are swallowing your own saliva or drinking a water, then your mouth will be very fresh and it will be sweet. Okay, so that is the anurasa of amalaki. Okay, so these are some examples which we are appreciating in day-to-day life. Okay, so if you are not experienced, please try to experience it with each of the whatever food you are eating in your uh, lunch and dinner. Okay, just go through it. But it is always a sankirna bhojan actually. If you are preparing curry, it has many things in it. Okay, so you are putting all the shadrasas in it. But choose single dravya and then have it and then taste it and then segregate which is the rasa and which is the anurasa. Okay, so let us go for next quotation, that is fourth one. Gurvadayo gunadravye pruthivyadav rasashraye raseshu vyapadishyante sahacharyopacharatah. Yes, so what he is saying, gurvadayo gunaha dravye ashrite. Yes. Okay, so all the whatever gurvadi gunas are there, those are resident of dravya. And pruthivyadav rasashraye, and these Mahabhautika Sangatana is also resident of rasa. Raseshu vyapadishyante sahacharyopacharatah. And here vyapadishyante sahacharyopacharatah. So vyapadeshastu bhuyasa sanya and sahacharya upacharata of gunas and rasas in the dravya, that we have to understand. So what he is telling, let us study with the Sarvanga Sundari Tika. पृथिव्यादौ पृथिव्यादि महाभूतारब्धे द्रव्ये रसाश्रये गुर्वादयो गुणाः परमार्थत आश्रिताः न तु रसेषु मधुरादिषु. Yes. Now what you have to understand is, whatever gurvadi gunas are there, those are resident of dravyas. Okay, but along with the rasas, so that doesn't mean that those are residing in the rasas. Okay, so that he is telling, गुर्वादयो गुणाः परमार्थ आश्रिताः न तु रसेषु मधुरादिषु. मधुरादिरसेषु गुर्वादयो गुणाः न तु आश्रिताः. That you have to understand. यत्तु रसेषु व्यपदिश्यन्ते तत् साहचर्योपचारतः. सहचरति इति सहचरः. So it is just going hand in hand with the rasa. तस्य भावः साहचर्यम्. अस्मिन् एव गुणादौ द्रव्ये मधुरो रस आश्रितः tasmin api guru guna ashritaha. Yes. Okay, so madhuradi dravya, for that one example they are quoting, that is guda. Okay, so in the guda, madhura rasa is also taking residence, along with that guru guna is also taking residence. Okay, So Madhura Rasa and Guru Guna both are in the Sahacharya Upachara. Okay, so those are going hand in hand. But how? Vyapadesha with the Dravya. So those both are residing in the Dravya itself. That Dravya is nothing but Guda. Sahacharyena Tulyashrayatvena Upacharaha. Okay, so maybe in Kannada they tell no for wife Sahachari they tell. Okay, so it is actually Sanskrit word. Okay, Sahachari is nothing but the one who goes along with. Okay, so here the same thing is been told. So Madhura Rasa always the in the Guda the Rasa and Guna like every in the Dravya Rasa and Guna will be in the Sahacharya Dharma. They go in hand. Okay, so for example, they're telling about Guda. So Madhura Rasa and Guru Guna both are in the Sahacharya Upachara. तस्मात् साहचर्योपचारतो गुर्वादयो गुणा रसेषु मधुरादिषु व्यपदिश्यन्ते यथा गुरुर्मधुरो रसो लघुरम्ल इत्यादि. Yes, so in the amalaki maybe amla guna and amla rasa and laghu guna, those are going hand in hand. न पुनः परमार्थतो रसेषु गुर्वादयः सन्ति. Yes, so ras in the rasa gurvadi gunas are not present, that you have to understand. Always if you are talking about rasa and guna, both go hand in hand, that true, but doesn't mean that one is giving residence for others. No, both have no adobe. They don't have any house of their own. They always reside in the dravya itself. But whatever they reside, they will be residing in the single home, single house. That is Dravya. Okay? They are not quarreling. That you have to understand. That's it. Okay? So, if you are considering Guda as a house, okay, then Madhura and Guru both are residing in the same house. Okay? So, Madhura has no its own adobe. Guna is also, that is the Guru of Guda, won't have is its own existence. Okay? To exist or to exhibit its existence, they have to reside first in the Dravya, then and only then they can exhibit it. Okay? Until and unless they are taking residence in the Dravya, there is no mean of expression for them. I think it is clear now. Tatra Dravyam Guru. Yes. Okay. Next we have the Parthiva Dravya and all. Okay. The examples of uh, Vyapadeshastu Bhuyasa. Okay. So what are the Parthiva Dravyas? What are the Apya Dravyas? What are the Agneya Dravyas? What are the Vayavya Dravyas or Vayaviya Dravyas and Nabhasiya Dravya they are discussing now. I think that will be dealt in the next class because at a stretch we'll be completing all the five. Okay. If I start it now,